So much trick in our clinic. Okay, so trick or trichomonas or trichomoniasis, it is a sexually transmitted infection. Have you ever heard of trick? Because so many people haven't, and I feel like I need to talk about it real quick. So trick is an STI. It's caused by a parasite, like a protozoa. That's different. It's the only STI caused by protozoa. So chlamydia, like that's a bacterial infection. So we use antibiotics because bacteria are little itty bitty living things. There are STIs that are caused by viruses. Viruses are actually not living things. They actually need a living cell to replicate in. So stay with me. Viruses would be like herpes or HIV, etc. But trick is different. It's tricky. It's tricky because it's a protozoa. So it's like bacteria. Stay with me. Living thing. But it's eukaryotic, which means its cell structure is just really superior. It's really strong. Anyway, it's super curable, and trichomonas is rampant and common, and honestly it's often not tested with routine testing, which is why I'm talking about it today, because I'm seeing it like every day, and I don't know what's going on in Washington DC, but honey, it's getting tricky.
I don't know what's up with Philly, DC, San Francisco, and Atlanta, but and Houston, throw them in there. I hear all four of those cities a lot lately. And everybody is basically talking about these new mutated STIs or STD. When I was coming up, it was called STDs. But now they're talking about these new mutated STIs and how everybody is busting it down for a real one. And now you need to add to the new full panel that you do to make sure that you're not getting a 3 for 3. It used to be a 2 for. You used to get herpes and chlamydia, and sometimes the women would have children and the babies that they couldn't see when they came out, right? Now, they upgraded, right? Because not only can you get herpes and chlamydia, you may throw in a little bit of HIV, people not worried about it because they say that they got medicine for it in order to make sure that they not, what's the word that I'm looking for? Detectable? Is that what you said? That they're not detectable. But now they got tricky, or whatever it is, trick. TRICH or TRI, I don't know what it is, but the fact of the matter is, it's so much cooler and so much safer to not have to worry about this nonsense. Real talk. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. Like, everybody, they say 1 out of every 3 or something like that got something and stuff. So when I'm walking down the street, even when I'm right here in Puerto Rico, and I'm walking down the street and I see a little bad one, I seen 4 of them back to back to back. They was all standing against the wall. And I was just thinking to myself, maybe 1 or 2 of y'all, maybe 3 if you're unlucky, got something. And that's just all I could visualize, all I could see, because everybody that interact with anybody is a possibility that you can sit there and you find yourself in a negative situation.
Here's a story time about how Houston is a sick place that's full of maniacs. Okay, so yesterday I came to Houston. Mind you, I live in Dallas, to spend time with my family for Easter. But me and my cousin went out because it's like my birthday month. On top of it being my baby dad's birthday month, and he's no longer here, so I celebrate all month. Anyways, we went out yesterday to this place in Houston called Faces. The irony. So, I'm standing there minding my business, and this man comes up to me and whisper in my ear and say, "Little mama, go ahead and go in the bathroom and take your shorts off." And I'm like, because I got on all white, so I'm like, do I got some of my pants? But why would he tell me to go take them off in the bathroom? So I'm just being oblivious because I know I ain't just here without. I know he's not insinuating what I think he is. So he was like, yeah, just play it off. Tell them you gotta use the bathroom and my girl gonna come behind you. And I guess she was supposed to be munching me. So at first I was about to get smart with him, but y'all are obviously maniacs and y'all are obviously crazy to come up to a random person and tell them to go and do that and put your mouth on a random person's bruh. So I was about to get smart with dude, but I'm like, let me just calm down because I don't want to get punched in the back of my bald ass head. So I'm like, listen, I appreciate the offer, but I'm okay. And he like, well, if you're okay, then I'm okay. I didn't even look back because he looked atrocious. So I know the girl was looking. So me and my cousin and my friend, we headed out. Didn't even look back, nothing. We just left and went to the next spot. Moral of the story, Houston, and this is why your HIV rate is one of the highest and y'all got all these damn diseases, because stuff like that. That's disgusting. And to come and play with me and say that to me out of all these people that's in this bar right now, who do you take me as? Y'all got to be the haircut. It has to be, because they've been tripping ever since I got this haircut. Listen, girls, if you're in Houston and you go to Faces, I would recommend you not go by yourself, because it's obviously some crazy maniacs in there that's very hungry.
Of 2023, I went into the gynecologist for a routine appointment. She did a pap smear, and I was like, well, since I'm here, can you also do blood work and run a full STD panel, including HIV, because some places, I don't know, when you ask for STD testing, they don't test for HIV. And I also said including HSV1. HSV1 is herpes simplex virus 1. It is the oral herpes. And some places won't test for it because a lot of the population actually has oral herpes, a cold sore. So a lot of people test positive for it, but then they don't want people to freak out because a lot of people may not ever have a breakout. I don't know. That's what one physician told me. And I was like, I don't know what everybody else do. I would like to know all of it. Anyway, so I asked her for those labs and she asked me, am I asking because I have any concerns, or am I asking because, I want to do preventative testing? And I let her know preventative testing. If I am playing adult Twister, then I get tested every 6 months. If I'm not playing adult Twister, then I get tested once a year. The last time I had been tested was March of 2023. It was now December 2023, so I was like, just included in there. When I left the OBGYN office, I normally go to Quest Diagnostics, which is to the right. I went there and it was probably like 5:30 and they didn't have any more appointments left because I think they closed at 6 or something like that. So I was like, damn, but there's another urgent care right on the left and they have a lab in there. So I went to that urgent care to get my blood drawn. This is very important. That was on the 20th. On the 23rd, I got a notification that said my results were ready in the portal. I logged onto the portal. I didn't even go to the STD testing because I look at my blood work first. A doctor once told me that I am mildly anemic. So they asked me to take iron. Anyway, so I checked my blood work first. And then I was checking the STDs one by one. Not detected, not detected, negative, not detected. And then I get to, it said like HSV 1 and 2 antibodies or something like that, or antigens. And then it said like a high level of it. I immediately got on the phone with that doctor's office. She looked it up and she was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to see if the physician can call you back. Yeah. You see what I see. She called me back and she was like, oh, I'm looking at your lab results. She's trying to go over everything else. I'm like, girl, I don't care about none of that. And she was like, oh, I'm looking on here and it says, HSV 1 and 2 positive. She was like, I remember you asked for the test specifically. Like, is there something that you're worried about? There was nothing I was worried about. Actually, I was completely fine until I just logged on here and saw that it was positive. So now I'm freaking out. I am really freaking out. Like, I can feel myself, I can feel the anxiety just building. This is the first time I've tested positive for anything, mind you. She was like, yeah, you've never tested positive for anything. Like, I'm gonna just have them run it one more time because we don't know if it's HSV1 or HSV2. HSV1 is oral herpes. HSV2 is genital herpes. She was like, so we're gonna have them rerun the test. This was on the 23rd of December. This was right before Christmas. The whole time during Christmas, I'm like stressed the fuck out. And thank the Lord I was on Christmas break from school because that would have been too much for me to handle. I done cried. I'm like, oh my God, what? Thankfully that I was in school at the time. So I had learned about this. So I'm like, okay, you know exactly what herpes is, how it works, what you have to do, just calm down, you'll be okay. So then I'm like, wait a minute, I got it from somewhere. So I didn't say nothing because I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna wait until she run the second test. I finally got the results back on December 28th. I got the portal notification first. So I logged online. I seen that it said HSV1 not detected, HSV2 not detected, As soon as I was getting off of the portal, my phone was ringing, and it was the physician telling me like, hey, good news, you actually don't have herpes. And I'm like, okay, well, why did I test positive? She's like, I don't know. So apparently that urgent care runs a different test than Quest Diagnostic does. And for whatever reason, there's some antigen in my blood that will always test positive on that specific test. Now let's fast forward to March 3rd of 2025. Now I'm going to the primary care physician. When I get a physical, I also tell her about my hip on the right side. Anybody that knows me knows I've been having hip pain for the past 2 years and I cannot figure out why. She's like, okay, we're going to get you some x-rays done. We're going to run labs to make sure it's not cancer. We're going to check for inflammation. We're going to check your blood count. They want to make sure it's not arthritis, osteoporosis, like all kinds of stuff, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm like, well, since you run in my blood, can you check me for STDs as well? Can you make sure that you include HSV1, HSV2, and HIV? She was like, well, I don't know. They usually don't run HIV. Like, I have to. I'm like, no, I want it all. Why would you not do it? I want it all. It's like, okay, do you have any concerns? I said, no, it's just preventative testing. Fun fact, a lot of places or a lot of like clinics, if you tell them it's preventative testing, they will test you for free. If you tell them that oh, I think something's wrong or I've been having this issue, then they will charge you or charge your insurance. But usually, or not usually, a lot of the times, if it's preventative, then they will cover it for free. So ask them. So I'm telling her like, oh yeah, I'm not worried about that for real, girl. Like, since the last test I test negative, I've only been with one person 2 times. Like, I would know the 2 exact dates. I'm more so concerned about what's going on with my hip. She's like, oh, okay, cool. Turns out every fucking time I say that, I'm wrong. So I went, got my blood drawn, cool. That was on March 3rd, 2025. So on March 7th, I got an email saying that my lab results have been uploaded into the patient portal. Remind you, this is a new primary care, so I haven't registered for the patient portal yet. So I get on the phone with the doctor's office and I ask them if I can speak with her so that I can get my lab results. And they're like, well, you need an appointment. Our next appointment isn't until Monday. And if it's anything critical, if anything crucial, anything that stands out, she will be checking them later today and she will call you. I said, okay. So on March 10th, I have a 9:45 appointment with a psychiatrist. They want to see if I have ADHD. Turns out they diagnosed me with anxiety and depression, right? Very important to this story. Because I hang up with them, 10 minutes later I get a call and it's the doctor calling me and she's like, yeah, so we have some labs come back with abnormal results. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I have bone cancer. That's my immediate thought. And then like as soon as the thought finishes, she said, yeah, you tested positive for HIV. Huh? You tested positive for HIV. I said, are you sure? Like, can you read me back my name, first and last name and date of birth? Because are you checking the right chart? I have never created a patient portal login type shit so motherfucking fast. Like, while we're on the phone with them, I'm on my phone logging into the patient portal. It's on like page 3. I get to HIV, baby. It says repeatedly reactive. And for some reason, emotionally, I did not have the same reaction or as strong as a reaction as I did for the herpes. I was more so just like, what? I'm like, that was the least of my concerns, like the very fucking least of my concerns. So she's like, yeah, we got to get you to a specialist immediately. Like, we have an appointment tomorrow at 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. Which one do you want? And I'm like, I have work tomorrow. And she's like, listen, the next appointment is not for 2 months. So you need to make this appointment. I get off the phone and I'm just like, all right, well, I got HIV. Like, for some reason, the herpes scared the heck out of me. But with the HIV, I was just kind of like, all right. As long as you're taking your medicine and doing what you're supposed to do, following whatever your treatment plan is, you can have a long, healthy life with HIV. You can have children and literally have a normal life. The worst part about it to me is, one, you can't breastfeed because you can transfer the HIV to your baby. 2, I'm like, I have to tell everybody that I date now. Like, I damn near got to say, hi, my name is Kira and I have HIV. And then I went to my friend's birthday party that day because that was her literal birthday. Or I didn't go to her birthday party, but she had like a little dinner at her house. People were probably shocked to hear this video right now because I haven't really told anybody. So it's the next day. I get to the appointment again, still calm, cool, collected. I'm talking to the lady who draws blood. And I'm like, yeah, so like, you know, how long does it take? Like, what are we checking for exactly? And she was like, I'm going to partner you with a nurse to answer all those questions. So the nurse called me in the back and she was like, okay, so the test you took the first time was detecting whether or not you have HIV. It comes back positive. They tested more than one time. That's why it says repeatedly reactive. So there's HIV 1 and HIV 2. HIV 1 is contracted here in the US. HIV 2 is contracted overseas. It looks like you have HIV 1, so now we're going to check your blood to see how much of the HIV is in your system. So they're checking for the viral load. A viral load less than 30 is negative. A viral load more than 30 is positive. That'll determine what your treatment is, and you'll go forward with the doctor from there. Usually 5 days to a week and a half to get the results back. We'll give you a follow-up appointment in 2 weeks, but your results will be back way before then.
Listen up, and I mean listen up now. So I'm currently at the pool because I'm clearing my hair from this situation that just happened today. So boom, I've been talking to this dude for like 6.5 months. We never had sexual intercourse because I'm just not the girl that do it on the first night or first month. Like, I really try to get to know people before like we exchange bodies. So I told him before we even have intercourse that we both need to go get checked and that he can make an appointment with my doctor because she take male clients as well, and that we both can go together. So we both went to the doctor together and she checked us and everything. And for the contact information, I put my number because I wanted her to call my number to talk to him because he's always with me anyways. And I wanted to know the truth. I didn't want him to tell me something that wasn't true. So this was like, what time it is? 9. This was like 3:30 today. We chilling, we cooling, we riding around. My phone get a call. And if y'all know, if y'all go to the doctor, y'all know if they call you, something is wrong. If they gonna tell you, if I don't call you, then everything is good. Today made the 2-week mark. So they was like, hello, is this such and such? They asked for his name. So I've already signed on him at this point. So he was like, yes, this is me. They was like, can you come into the office because we cannot disclose any information over the phone and we need you to come in the office. Y'all, he was driving, so he was already looking at me like, so I'm like, boy, put the pedal to the motherfucking metal, go and get there now. So we get there and I go in the back with him. So the doctor, the nurse assistant, my doctor nurse, go ask him, is it okay for her to be in here? And he was like, yeah, because it wasn't no choice. So as we sit down, y'all wouldn't understand, y'all wouldn't guess, what the fuck this fucking nurse told this man. They say, sir, the STD testing came back and you was positive for chlamydia and gonorrhea. Bitch, when I say my mouth hit the motherfucking floor, I looked at him like, bitch, what? He acting all confused, talking about, oh my God, wow. So you mean to tell me, bitch, you just been sitting up here with chlamydia and gonorrhea this whole time? Y'all, I was so goddamn disgusted. I literally didn't want to be mean because he was in my car. I really wanted to leave him up there, but I didn't want to have the hateful heart. So they gave him a shot and they gave him a prescription. Me being the person I am, I took him to get his prescription. But when I dropped him the fuck off, I told him, lose my motherfucking number. Bitch, we have nothing else to talk about. You is a disgusting, dirty ass motherfucker. And this is why you make sure that you get checked before you have intercourse with anybody, because you never know what the fuck somebody, they look good on the outside, but their inside is rotten as fuck.
And the HIV rates that's been skyrocketing. And honestly, I'm not scared. You want to know why I'm not scared like y'all? Is because I actually go get tested. And before I fuck somebody, they're going to go get tested too. Like, I need to see updated paperwork. I don't want to see no shit from last year, bitch. I need to see some shit that you didn't got tested for Nick last week. And then who you been fucking, when you fucked them. Like, y'all be acting like y'all be scared to ask these questions, but me, bitch, I'm digging into your personal life. If we're sharing body fluids, if we kissing, if we fucking, bitch, I want to know who you laid up with. Let me know. Because if it's somebody that I know that got some shit, or they even look like it, I'm not fucking you. Y'all be so scared, but this is really about your health. I don't give a fuck if I sound corny, if I look like doing too much, but where's your results, baby? I could pull mine up. I have never caught an STD in my life, and yes, bitch, I want a cookie because I actually value my body. When I fuck with somebody, I fuck with you because I really fucking feel you and I got feelings for you. Yeah, I did hookups every now and then, but trust and believe I was clean every motherfucking time. Every time I go to the doctor, I be happy for them to draw my blood because I already know my shit gonna be negative. You know how good you have to be and how good you feel knowing your shit gonna pop up negative? I see some dumbass nigga tell me, everybody got a strand of herpes in them. Bitch, I ain't got a strand of shit. I'm negative everywhere. I can spit in your mouth, bitch. You ain't got to never worry about getting shit from me. Normalize showing your fucking test results. Normalize going get tested together. Nothing wrong with that. Y'all gonna fucking die and shrink up like a fucking prune because you want to fuck everything all the time. Y'all want to know the people that got the fucking STDs and the HIVs and AIDS the most? It's people in fucking relationships. Because what y'all think is because you're in a relationship that you don't catch nothing. You may not get nothing. The whole time they cheating on you and bringing shit back to you. That's scary as fuck. Nowadays, you got motherfuckers on the DL. I'm talking about your man may be bending over for another man. That's just not some shit, baby. I don't know how y'all deal with that, but normalize getting tested even when you're in relationships. You can avoid shit like that. I just think that's super fucking important. Just because you're in a relationship don't mean that you don't supposed to get tested. Always ask to get your blood drawn every fucking time. Every time they ask you, get it. Even if you ain't fucking.